Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts and to the Spanish campaign, where, well, actually it's not too bad of a nightmare, but it looks like a war is kicking off, which is not good. Which is not good at all, because we might be dragged into it. But we're gonna be studiously neutral. But France is off to the races against the Germans and the Austrians. Yeah, for us, definitely don't want to get involved in that, but we don't want to piss off either side. In terms of navies, I mean, yeah, we're basically an afterthought. At least the economy is picking up, although not for long, because it looks like the nationalists are going to get in. If after they get elected, deliberately go around causing unrest, we might be able to get the right-wingers in. But I think for now we're kind of buggered on that. Finances are looking fine. I need one more turn. I should be able to then reduce the transport cap price down, and we're making lots of money, which is great. Which means we have headroom for construction and for expanding the fleet. In terms of what we're going to go for, in 30 months, we get the Dreadnought 2 and the experimental Dreadnought, but we also get the Dreadnought 4, and one of those hulls, hopefully, will be good enough to fit the Mark 1 15-inch guns we just got, which then, by the time the ship is finished, we should have the Mark 2 15-inch, and that will be kind of our mainline battleship. That's kind of what I'm thinking we're going to do, but there's going to be a while before that happens. We're not getting any other new, interesting, fun tech anytime soon, although we're getting the Mark 4 2-inches soon. Yes, I think it's just some waiting around. Oh, dearie me. Right, but I will be back if there's anything important, or I'll be back, let's say, if there's nothing important, I'll be back in January of 1913. Right, January 1913. Project Amigos Part 2 is going pretty well. China is not liking us for some reason. Everybody thinks we're pretty cool. We even have 3 little amigos, including Ukraine, which is kind of cool. They only... What? Oh, I was looking at the wrong colour. So yeah, Ukraine of Ukraine is Ukrainian. Moldova is still Russian. Crimea is still Russian. Interesting. Did Russia have super high unrest? Yeah, it has super high unrest. Interesting. Well, I mean, we've got a year until our first election, where yeah, nationalists are definitely going to win. Budget's looking fine. I'm even re-expanding the shipyards. 58,000 tons. That might be all we need at all ever. Spain is not one that goes in for big, massive ships. At least not at the moment. Getting anything there? No, we're just waiting on 8 months of research for hull strapping. Might end up going with the 14-inch gun. It's a little bit on the lower side to what I would normally use. Tell you what, we'll see what we get in the 8 months. In 8 months' time, and I'll have a look at the hulls, and then I'll make a decision. We could always go what I was talking about originally, and go for 15 or 16-inch guns, and then refit later. Always possible. But, you know, the 14, it is a bit smaller. It might be a bit cheaper. We're going to struggle to keep them punchy right into the late game. That might work. Anyway, I'll think about it. I'll see you in 8 months. Okay, we now have the Dreadnought 2, the Experimental Dreadnought, and the Dreadnought 4. Let's go have a look at them. Let's go have a look. Okay. No. Immediately no. 2 and the 4. Okay. I actually think the 2. It's not as stable. Or, well, the floatability. Does have better resistance? Nah. The 4 might actually be better. What's the base cost like? The 2... I think given that we have the Nuestras and they don't have casements, I think we go minimum beam, minimum draft. I think 27,000 is a bit small. What if we went 30? 22 knots, same speed as the cruisers. What towers do we have access to? That one. Five. This is 8.5. Go this one. Although it does look a bit. I'll just go with the best one. Right. Couple of funnels. This is going to look very similar to the cruiser we have. I would love it if the ship was longer, though. Can we go to 35,000 tons? It's pushing the boat out a little bit, if you'll pardon the pun. Just give me a bit more space. Right. Yeah, I think we go 14-inch Mark II. Go 14-inch. I mean, what year is this? 1914, right? Let's go with the standard barbette. So, you know, the 13.5-inch Dreadnought is a thing. And this will be a useful ship that we can just keep around for the entire game, if we wish to. 14-inch... I think, given the lack of secondaries, we'll keep them as 40 caliber weapons. So they're very slightly shorter than the default. Casements, 3-inch Mark 3s. Yeah, we've almost got the 2-inch Mark 4, but we don't have them yet. Might use those, and yeah, we're going to save costs by not including a secondary battery. Basically, no, I don't want it on oil because we don't have any fecking oil. Although it's cheaper than the semi-oil, really. Oh, maybe we'll go oil then. It has to be all imported is the only problem. Right, gear turbines, Aux diesel. No, stick with hydraulic. Mind you, if we're going electrohydro on the turret, screw it. Let's go electrohydro on both, coincidence, and advanced radio telegraph. Standard. So far, so good. 125%. Armor. Right. Let's very quickly grab a 6-inch gun. Yeah, we're looking at about, I think 4-inch, 4.5 superstructure is fine. Should keep out most secondary fire. In terms of the decks, I think 4 on the main deck and 1.5 on the extended. Main belt 14 should be enough. Protects us down to about 10,000 meters. And then the turrets, if we put on 16, just to give us a little bit of extra. And then what, 5 on the top, 16. Citadel armor, 0.5. Sorry, the inner stuff. The 3 inches, 4 and 1.5. And I think we're kind of done. And we have tons of displacement left. Which means I've got I think we just try and make the chip cheaper. The ship cheaper. Can shorten it even, but I can't shorten it again if there is another drop. Oh, we could have gone minimum displacement. What's the difference in cost? 250, 210. Yeah, okay. Keep it small, keep it a nice little tight package. That is, I don't know, that for 28,000 tons, that's not half bad. You've got the 8 14-inch guns, which is, you know, not setting the world on fire. A US standard class will have more. But it's not the worst thing in the world. Very appropriate for Spain, I think. Very appropriate for Spain. Names. Because I'm not calling it that. Not sure about a name. I'll think about a name, and I'll see you on the fleet screen. Okay, we have the Cervantes. Just because I like it. 1913. Okay. Yeah, for 1913, that's not half bad. I think we can keep these relatively useful the full campaign, if we want to, need to, or can do. We can technically afford 6. But we've got a monthly balance of 33. I'm not sure how many we should actually go for. Italy has 3. And they are going to be our primary rivals, I think. Potentially as well the Austro-Hungarians, who have 2. But they also have a battle cruiser each. Well, they both have 4 capital ships. Italy has 3 and 1, and Austro-Hungary has 4. I don't think we should bother looking at France, who have 6. Therefore, I think we go with 3. 3 is also handy because we have 3 sea regions we want to keep an eye on: Bay of Biscay, North Atlantic, and Western Mediterranean. So I could build 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. However, the three of them at 28,000 tons each, or just under, only gives me 84,000 tons, thereabouts. in invasion power. So I think we should build 4, and we should put them all in Barcelona, basically. Because I can still do my plan of attacking Sardinia that I had in my dream. So we're going to build 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's going to cost me a lot of money. See, I can build 3 and be under cost. Damn it. No, I'm going to build 3. I'm going to be sensible. We're going to stick them all in Barcelona. We can make up the rest with the cruisers or something. Barcelona. Speaking of the cruisers, where are they? One's in Cadiz. One is in Barcelona. The other one's in Cadiz. And one is in Santa Cruz. Okay, I'm going to move the one in Santa Cruz to Barcelona. So then I have... let's see. 3 times... I'll call them 27,000 tons. Plus 2... 11.5. Just enough. That should be just enough to be able to start an invasion. Whether it will succeed or not, I have no idea. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. The negative balance is because I have a ship moving. And yes, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go till the end of the year and see what happens. They're going to take 20 months to build, of course. So actually, screw it. No, what I'll do is I'll see you again either when these are finished, or no. I will see you in January because election. There you go. As predicted, the Nationalists have won, and with that, our economic growth is going to be absolutely broken. But that means I get to pick the unrest increasing options. Okay, Panama Canal is also opened. Cool. Actually, our growth is still going, despite the -6. That's good to know. Just keeping our heads down, trying to avoid it. Austria-Hungary had a revolution, by the way. Yeah, I think France just... Yeah, that war ended. That was a very brief war. I didn't even notice that the war had ended. I don't think anything happened. Like, I didn't notice any change in territory. Although Austria-Hungary has lost Hungary, which is not great. Yeah, just going to keep my head down, and I'll see you in 15 months when the Cervantes will be finished. Because I don't think we're unlocking anything in... Oh, no, we are. Destroyer 3s in 11 months. I'll still see you in 15, though, because I want these to be finished building. See you in a year and a bit. All right, welcome back. It's actually a little bit longer because I wanted to finish the commissioning process. So Cervantes is fine. She's a little bit overweight. It's actually a plus because that means more invasion tonnage. Dicosa is perfect. Come out exactly as designed. Gallardo, though, has come out a little bit off. She has quite a lot of defects. None of them are terrible. Apart from that ammo debt chance. And torpedo damage and armor strength. Wow, I'm not prepared to call her a failure of a ship, but whatever was going on with her, please. Oh my god. So I'm going to have to watch out for that. But, you know, needs must. Speaking of needs must, I have started the process of calling Italy naughty names. and saying that they're rubbish in hopes that we can go and get a little bit of combat on the go. Research-wise, I don't think we're getting anything interesting. Nope. Nope, nothing at all. We do have those new Destroyer 3s, but I kind of want to wait until we have... You know, we're starting to get the Mark IV small guns, so when we get Mark IV 5-inch, then I'll look into that. We are getting, well, the Dreadnought 3, but we don't really care about that. Yeah, that's it. It's just going to be quiet for a bit. So I guess I'll see you... Well, see you when I see you. Okay, it's now June of 1916, and we've unlocked the small scout cruiser, which could potentially be a nice hull. Let's have a look. Where have you gone? Small scout cruiser. Oh, yes. Yes, we can make something of you. Yes, definitely. Right. How fast can you go? 30 knots. Wow, that... In fact, you can go faster than that. You can go 32. In theory. I mean... I don't know if we're going to be able to pull that off. That's a very big tower. It's not that good either. I might go with the small cruiser tower because I can fit it there. These are basically the destroyer leaders, almost, I think. It's kind of how they're feeling to me. Right. Gear turbines. Right, what do you... Yeah, we just need a couple funnels. That's very, very nice. And we've got the 6-inch Mark III. Yes. Okay. I love scout cruisers. Is there a smaller barbette that will actually... work off of? No, I think that's the smallest one. And then we need a secondary tower. Oh, that doesn't... no. Barely fits. Yeah, I think let's go to crane tower 1. So we can get 2 more on the back. Actually, looking at this, maybe I don't need to put this down here. No, I don't. Do you know what? I'm going to leave it gap-toothed. Might seem like a weird choice, but that is where I'm going to put the ship's torpedo launcher. Something a bit different looking. Right. Anti-flood 3, that's a nice addition. .21-inch standard torps. Lovely stuff. Ooh, a hydrophone. Again, very nice to get one of those. Wow, I've got... This build has been remarkably easy. Okay, 6-inch... Let's go 50s. Still got a decent rate of fire. Yes, they do. How much armor am I going to tack on this thing? Not very much is the answer. Might as well throw on all the armour I can then. Okay, actually, let's go back to 1/2 inch on the decks. Yeah, let's go with that. So it's pretty much armour as I can throw on this hull, but I don't know, 6,000 tons and sporting 8 6-inch guns. Yeah, they really are a bit like a big destroyer. They are a fair bit more expensive than the Volcanos, but not a crazy amount more, and they're a hell of a lot faster. 5 knots. That's pretty significant. They can actually go faster than the alerters. So yeah, the fastest ship in the fleet. Sure, let's work out how many of these we can build. I've ordered 10, which is as many as I could afford to build. I think that will really give the fleet a shot in the arm. That'll give us a pretty big cruiser force, giving us 18 light cruisers. What the fuck has happened here? Okay, this should not happen. There's been no wars, and as far as I know, the AI is not allowed to scrap ships below, I think I said it at 200,000 tons. So I don't know what the fuck the Italians have done, but it looks like a lot of the AIs have like gotten rid of ships, even though they got money. Very strange. I mean, they are building 7 ships. They're not refitting them. What did you do? Did they... look, what the hell? Did they mothball them and then sell them? Yes. I think that... Well, no, that's a foreign order. What the hell are they up to? They are scrapping. They shouldn't be allowed to scrap anything. Okay, that's very strange. Maybe they were just over the limit and they were like, oh, I'll just scrap everything and rebuild it. Maybe the scrapping limit doesn't work the way I think it works. It may be that if on turn whatever you are over the limit, you can scrap, even if the scrapping takes you back below the limit, rather than doing it on a per ship basis. But I think we take advantage. I'm going to push the Italians. We're going to insult them over and over again. Tell them that their olive oil is not as good as ours. We have a war. Germany and Japan. That's an interesting matchup. Very interesting. Japan has almost no fleet because the AI was like, oh, I'll just scrap everything. I might have to increase the scrap limit to like something really high to stop them doing this. Now that it kind of definitely is pretty much confirmed that, yeah. The problem with the scrap limit though, and then we ran into this before the I woke from my dream, is that I think that was the reason the Italians had such crap ships, because they couldn't scrap them because they were under the limit. Okay, Germany and Britain. Okay, I see how it is. We want to be neutral in that little conflict. Hey, Italy, your wine tastes rubbish. Alright, it's now 1980. And the nationalists have won again. But it means we can go to war with Italy. Yeah, there we go. Good stuff. No. We are building some, actually, as it happens, for the Ukrainians, the Norwegians, and the Chileans. They all seem to quite like the Leon class. I also unlocked a tech there, and I didn't pay attention to what it was. It must have been something in here, but it didn't unlock a new hull. What are we getting for a cruiser? Light cruiser 4. Okay, we're pretty okay for light cruisers. Small guns, getting the Mark 4 4-inch. And now we're working on the big guns. Right. Simple mission. We're going to go out here. We're going to try and get a port strike. And we're going to smash them. We're going to smash them, lads. We're going to smash them. Every ship onto sea control. Oh, I am still positive. Right. With the rest of the positive monies, I'm going to preempt transport losses and boost that a little bit. That's my plan. Let's see if we get a battle straight off. Okay, first off, we do get a port strike. Boom. Lovely. We don't lose any transports. That's very good. No, we're going to refuse orders. Oh, now I'm losing money for some reason. What changed? Fleet maintenance? Oh, because I have ships that are active. Probably. Italy. I'd like to invade. Sardinia is still at 45,000. Oh, we'd need to double it. Right, okay, well, we're going to have to go for it. And pray, basically. However, let's see the San Juan against the Ninio Bixio. By the way, Italy has fuck all navy. I'm really annoyed. I don't know what they've done with their ships or why on earth the AI thought it was a good idea to scrap them. I will have a look at that, but for now I'm going to take advantage of it because modder me and content creator me are like, well, that's not great, but competitive me thinks this is quite useful. Oh, the bouncing. Jesus, the bouncing is worse. Normally it goes away and it's not that intense. There we go. Let's test these ships out. That is not even a modern cruiser. That's not even a scout cruiser, I mean. I think they're going to die very fast. Trained crews. I've been investing in crew training the whole time. Spanish Navy knows what they're doing. They've trained for this. They're ready for this. Boom. Hit. Forward belt pen. A couple of ricochets. Oh, that was not a ricochet. Oh dear. Is that why you felt you needed to scrap your ships, Italy? Wow, they hit me once. And it didn't do any damage. That is, yeah, sure. Fucking hell. Alright, come on then. You've only got one more of these left. Let's see how you do against a Volcano. You've got 15 transports to help you. You know, maybe you can do something. Oh, goodness me. What I might do as well to help the invasion fleet is I'll move over any of the armoured cruisers that are still floating about. Right, let's go. With not quite AI designed ships, but AI inspired. Round we go. Where the hell are they? It's such a big convoy, I really do want to chase them down if I can. No RDF or anything. Oh, down to -5. And we're being fired on. By the transports. Interesting. I'd like to get 3 inches in range. They can melt the transports quite quickly. What kind of guns have they got? Well, there are enough, whatever they are. And sunk. There's the enemy. Escort. Those 5 inches are very nasty against transports. Oh, there's a cruiser there. Torpedo it. Try another aggressive fullback. I know it's a bit of a waste, but I'd rather fire the torps and they miss than not get a chance to use them at all. Here comes the Montebello, which is just getting raked. With a K, if you're not familiar with that naval term, meaning that I'm firing down the length of it. There we go. Yeah, the cruiser just has about enough armour to bounce the 4-inch guns from the transports. And their escort is dead. Which means the Italian Navy has what? Like 1 destroyer remaining, and that's it? Yeah, I might need to look into the AI personalities file. See if I can figure out what's going on. Because it needs to be way less scrap happy. Ooh, that one really hit. Lovely stuff. Got a lot of transports. It's going to take me a while to chew through them. Try and spread the damage out a bit. Lovely stuff. Just 2 left. Almost out of the HE shells. Got him. Lovely stuff. Well, there you go. Straight away, absolutely ruining the ruining the Italians. Right, let's go back to the map and see what they actually have left. Yep, they have 2 destroyers remaining. Yikes. Right, let's pull in some more armoured cruisers. If we have any lying around. That's probably it, isn't it? Yep. That'll be all of them. All the heavy ships. Deployed to Sardinia. We'll try and take Sardinia, even if we have to do it multiple times. We should be able to take Sardinia. And then maybe if we hit the Italians hard enough, they'll give us some of this stuff. But I know from last time, I thought, oh, 100,000 victory points would be enough. I'm going to need way more than that. And the problem is, Italy doesn't have anything for me to blow up. So, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. However, I'm going to go dig into the game files and see if I can figure out what the hell Italy was thinking. Bye for now.